Well, good morning, dear ones. Robert Brzezinski with you here this morning. It is a bright, shiny, sunshiny day here in Colorado, which is great. The snow is melting off the trees from this most recent little storm, and we're still locked in. We're still locked in. We're still not going out. We're still not going anywhere. Might try to make a, a little trip to the sledding hill today. I don't know. Still stay far enough away from people. Don't touch anything. Might be okay. However, what I know is I know there's a way through all of this, and I know that there is an opportunity for all of us to to be different, to think different, to expand our lives, to expand our consciousness, to look at those we love and the people around us and differently. Because, well, the world's different and it's going to stay different, and nothing's going to change that. So it's not really about how what shows up in our lives as much as how we show up in our lives, how much we choose to believe, what we choose to say, where we choose to put our energy, where we choose to put our consciousness. All those things together. And yeah, it's really easy at this point to get mad, to get angry, get pissy. I've been all those things this week because there's still that humanness within, and we've got to pay attention to that. We've got to honor that. And we've got to be gentle with ourselves during this time. We've got to be gentle with ourselves, and we've got to be really gentle with those around us. Because if you're like me, you're locked into a house with a whole handful of people that love each other, and still sometimes it's tough to be on top of each other all day, every day. My family and I were going to play a game of Risk this afternoon. It's not often that we play Risk, mostly because um, well, it's a war game and we get warlike as a family. So this morning's prayer is going to include a little bit of peace and for our gaming day, because as a family we're hunkering down and we're going to play games, and we're hunkering down as a society for a little while. And I I'm grateful that there's opportunities such as this to be able to connect. So, don't forget, you're welcome to leave a comment, share a prayer request. If you've got something you'd like me to pray about, please let me know. You're welcome to send me an email. I just put that on the screen. So you're welcome to send me an email and send me a prayer request that way. I'll be happy to pray for that. And if you want, we'll include it with one of these Facebook Live prayers. I'm doing these every day, morning and evening. No exact specific time. Kind of depends on what my day looks like. Uh, and I'm having guests. So if you look down the scroll down my wall, you'll see that Reverend Savannah Riker was with me last evening. We had a fabulous little conversation in prayer. Tonight, another dear friend will be joining me, and I've got a whole bunch of other ministers, practitioners, ministerial students, people that are well versed in how to shift consciousness through the power of our word, through the power of our own mind, through the power of prayer. And we're just going to keep doing this morning and evening, morning prayers and evening prayers. So again, if you have any requests, if you'd like anything that you'd like to have me praying about, please drop it in the comments or send me an email, and I'll be happy to do that. But between now and then, I'm feeling that place. I'm feeling that vibration. I'm feeling that energy that says it's time to turn within. It's time to get some prayer work going on here for everybody. So um, I do want to include a very, very special friend, um, a ministerial friend here in Colorado, and her daughter were tested positive yesterday for COVID. And um, So I'm keeping her in mind, and for Christina and Emily, knowing that there's going to be a great healing and that you are cradled in the strong arms of Spirit. So let's get into a prayer here. Let's see what shows up. Let's see what God wants us to know this day. Because it is here in this moment that I recognize there truly is only one God, known by many, many names, but one God, one power, one presence, one infinite intelligence that's operating as all of life. All of it, every expression of life, every example of life is part of this oneness, this one life. And so I recognize that there is only one power, presence, and intelligence that is sourcing the entire world. One wellspring of love and light and beauty, truth and health and wealth and well-being and abundance and prosperity. One infinite source of good. And I know that that oneness, that allness, the isness that is God, expresses itself as my life perfectly, whole, complete, nothing missing, nothing absent. And as I know that truth of my life, I know that must be true of all life. Each one that hears these words, now or at a later time, live or in recordings, each one that hears these words can feel this vibration that's being created right here, right now. Each one, a divine expression of God. Perfect, whole, complete, nothing missing, nothing absent. And so I know that the power of Spirit, the love of Spirit is moving through and expressing as everyone everywhere, beyond appearances, regardless of whatever it is that may be happening, or whatever sense of limitation that might be alive, might be in my life. I transcend all of that by coming back to the recognition that we're all in this together. That we truly are all in this thing called life together. And so I hear that whisper, I hear that call to be physically distant, and yet to be socially connected through the interweb, through technology, through phone calls. See, what I know is I know there is no way that this thing called life can separate from itself. At the level of the absolute, at the level of God's mind, each one is vital. We are each vital to this grand masterpiece called life. Each one a unique brushstroke upon this masterpiece. And I know God is painting that masterpiece right now. And I know that the circumstances of this day, the circumstances of this time are but a small little section of this grand masterpiece. There is so much more to explore. There's so much more life to be lived. So many more discoveries and inventions and creations. And so what I know is I know this time is a time to slow down. Not a time to pull back, but a time to slow down and look within. A time of contemplation and introspection, a time to rest and rejuvenate and reinvigorate. A time to allow the creative process that is God's mind operating through and as our minds to bring forth that next great vision for our lives. To reveal through the contemplation, through the introspection, that which is mine to do. I claim for each one here that same experience, an experience of slowing down, resting, relaxing, rejuvenating, and then allowing the creative impulse to rush forth and pull and call and drag each to a new way of being, a new consciousness, a new way of showing up in support for humanity's evolution, a new way of serving and supporting those around us, a new form of community. And what I know is I know that as as this experience passes, and as people re-emerge into their lives, into the outer world, that this time spent within is creating a whole new reality to step into. This time spent within allows Mother Nature, the planet Earth, the time to heal. And this time spent within opens up brand new, glorious vistas, opens to a new vision emerging for planet Earth, for human consciousness, for each of our individual lives. Because again, we are each unique and vital to this grand thing called God's life, to this grand experience called living. And so I personally invite each one here to find within themselves the light of God that is beckoning to be shined, to shine that forth. Find that inner light and say yes. Say yes to whatever is calling you this day. A creative impulse, a day of sleep or relaxation, rest. Say yes to that God seed that wants to be born, that wants to be expressed through and as your life. And be with that this day. Be with that truth. Be with the place where there is nothing wrong. Be in the place where there is nothing broken. Be in that place of God's love for life, for humanity, for the world, and beyond. Mm. I feel that vibration inside. I feel the vibration of the energetic impulse that is love and light radiating out across this world. And so I know there is a great and glorious healing that is happening, that is occurring right now. And I know it could be no other way. I know all is well because all is God. It's all good because it's all God. And it could be no other way. So I feel that sense of gratitude from within, rising up, a grateful heart, a vibration of gratitude, grateful for these words, grateful to be the conduit through which God reminds each one of their own magnificence. Most especially grateful to know that God's got this. That I play my part, I say yes to my role, but in the end, I give it up to God. I give it up to that power that knows and knows that it knows. The oneness. So I get myself out of the way with that grateful heart. I get out of the way and I release this word into that law, the one law, God's law, that must manifest this word into form. I know it's already happening. I know it's already done in the mind of God. So I let go, I get out of the way, and I let it be. And I affirm this truth by just simply saying, and so it is. Thank you, dear ones. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here this morning. Or if you're watching this at a later time, thank you for tuning into this. Again, the intention is we're going to be here morning and night, morning and evening prayers, um, for as long as necessary, for as long as it serves, for as long as Spirit tells me to keep doing it. And in between, please check out newthoughtradio.net, 24 hours a day, streaming the most positive music, positively inspiring music over on newthoughtradio.net. All your favorite New Thought artists, great tunes day in and day out, a fabulous way to bring a bit more positivity into your life, into your house, into your day. So check that out. All right, I'm out of here for now. I've got a great day planned with the family and the kiddos. And I'll be back later this evening for an evening prayer, probably around 8 o'clock or so. Until then, dear ones, peace and blessings. Go forth and prosper. I love you. We'll see you soon. Bye now.